The war in Ukraine has now entered its fifth year. Russia's full-scale invasion, launched in February 2022, triggered the largest land war in Europe since World War II. Today we examine all active front lines, Russian attack axes, and where the conflict stands heading into mid-2026. The front line stretches over 1,200 kilometers from Sumy in the north to the Kherson estuary in the south. In the north, Russian forces apply persistent pressure on the Kharkiv region from staging areas around Belgorod. The border town of Vovchansk has been a grinding point since May 2024, with Russian infantry advancing block by block under artillery cover. Kharkiv itself, Ukraine's second-largest city with over 1 million residents, is targeted by glide bombs and Shahed drones daily. Ukrainian defenses have largely held this axis at significant cost. The Sumy region to the west faces cross-border shelling but no major ground assault. The Donetsk axis is the war's most intense grinding front. After the fall of Avdiivka in February 2024, Russian forces pushed west toward the critical logistics hub of Pokrovsk. Advancing 3 to 5 kilometers per month on average, Russian infantry relies on drone-guided artillery and armored assaults. Ukrainian brigades face severe ammunition constraints and manpower attrition. The Kharkiv area to the south has seen Russian advances threatening to cut off multiple Ukrainian positions. Every kilometer of Russian advance costs an estimated 300 to 500 casualties. In the south, the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant remains under Russian occupation, the largest nuclear facility in Europe. International monitors remain on site amid ongoing shelling of the surrounding area. The Dnipro River serves as a natural defensive barrier in Kherson Oblast. Ukrainian forces hold bridgehead positions on the left bank while conducting drone and partisan operations behind Russian lines. Ukraine regularly strikes Crimea-bound logistics with long-range drones, targeting the Kerch Bridge, fuel depots, and Russian Black Sea Fleet assets. Russia's air campaign has evolved around mass drone and glide bomb strikes. Shahed 136 kamikaze drones from Iran saturate Ukrainian air defenses through volume. Ukraine estimates over 3,000 drones are launched monthly, with interception rates between 60 and 80%. KAB glide bombs, converted Soviet unguided bombs with GPS kits, allow Russian aircraft to strike from 50 to 70 kilometers range, outside effective Ukrainian air defense coverage. Ballistic missiles including Iskander-M and the North Korean KN-23 target Ukrainian cities and infrastructure monthly. Ukraine has significantly expanded its deep strike capability. Western-supplied ATACMS missiles target Russian logistics hubs and airfields up to 300 kilometers behind the front line. British Storm Shadow cruise missiles have struck targets deep in Crimea and Russian-held ports. Ukraine's domestically produced Paleonitsia cruise missile extends this reach further. The August 2024 Kursk incursion demonstrated Ukraine's ability to seize Russian territory, forcing Moscow to divert reserve forces from the Donbass. Ukrainian drones have struck targets as far as Engels Air Base in Saratov Oblast, over 1,200 kilometers from the front line. The conflict has entered a war of deep attrition. Russia's military production has surged to wartime levels, outpacing Western aid to Ukraine in artillery shells and armored vehicles. Ukrainian casualty rates are unsustainable without significant manpower infusions. The front line has shifted less than 30 kilometers in either direction since early 2024. Military analysts assess Russian offensive momentum at a slow but sustained pace. A decisive breakthrough remains unlikely without a fundamental shift in either Western support levels, Russian domestic stability, or Ukrainian mobilization capacity. The war continues.